that's revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more.
The flying coach, 21. Got $1 million limit on the credit card, I spend most. Oh God. Seen a lamb and a roar, I couldn't decide, so I bought both. Oh God. They be talking about net worth, but I bet my net, yo, gross. I want love and dollars. Bugattis and models. Money right, she a holler. Oh God. Max contract, I'm a baller. She addicted to the lifestyle. I can use my earrings for ice now. Couldn't pick a friend cause they all fine. Told her give me both cause the lifestyle.
Don't you tell me that it's no money. I want both. Ain't no way that you take one from me. I want both. All the feels, all the feelings I can feel. Let them know, let them know, let them know. I want both.
I want love and dollars. I want love and dollars.
I want both. I left those behind me. Over and over, you mess with my heart and my head. Oh, I know you want closure, but I won't forgive, but forget. Instead, just tell me now why? Why'd you only call me just to hear me say goodbye? Don't bother, don't try to change my mind. Cause you're the one who taught me how to fake apologize. Just tell me now why? Why'd you only call me just to hear me say goodbye? Don't bother, don't try to change my mind. Cause you're the one who taught me how to fake apologize. Just tell me now why'd you only call me just to hear me say goodbye? Don't bother, don't try to change my mind. Cause you're the one who taught me how to fake apologize.
Crypto YouTube. How's it going? CryptoStud here with another banger. I have a special video. Saturday night, this is a special video for everybody. It's been a while. I haven't done much content lately. I got a bottle of champagne right here I'm about to pop. And we're gonna have a good video tonight, right? I just want to give everybody a big shout out. I appreciate the love, the likes, the comments, the views. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. I started this channel January, March timeframe, and I didn't really think I would be where I am today with how many subs I've gotten. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody, a big pat on the back, you know, give yourself a big pat on the back. This is the #1, this will be the #1 channel on YouTube in trading soon enough. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody for that. I've closed out my shorts, both in great profits. I'm still riding this massive long. It's been a long journey, 3 months of it, but we've been riding it, right? So cheers to you. Here's to another wonderful year up ahead. We have many more. And I've gotten a lot of requests on our group, on signing and joining our group. Tons of requests, tons of emails. I am running a big promo for the end of the year. I'll be giving more details into it until towards the end of next week. I'll be doing more details, revamping the website a tad bit more. I'm getting someone professionally to come in to look at it and revamp it just a tad bit, make it more simple. I feel like there's too many options. There's just too much going on. But, you know, in trading, that's what it is. There's a lot of things going on. Anyways, cheers to you. Let's pop bottles. Hopefully this doesn't go all over the place. Cheers. Cheers, boys and girls. It's good. Good stuff. I do want this video to be a bit more special than previous ones. Kind of just give a shout out to myself. It's difficult putting yourself out there, you know? For ones who haven't done YouTube and haven't done videos, you know, here's your opportunity. Here's your chance to get yourself out there, to get yourself known. It's tough. It's a tough journey. It's a tough road. my social media accounts, my Instagram and my Twitter and TikTok. TikTok's picked up a bit better. Instagram's starting to pick up really well. Twitter's kind of lagging. If you want to show some love, feel free to follow those. They'll all be in the description. But it's difficult. It's difficult starting, having social media, putting yourself out there, being in the limelight, and trading, right? Because, trading, you can always be wrong, right? You can't always be right. I've been very fortunate this year. It's been a very good year for me. I'm very fortunate for that. I've had a lot of growth. And a lot will say, well, you've been trading a long time. How do you still have growth? I don't think you ever not stop growing. There's always things you can do better. And I think I've gotten better. And I think the biggest thing I've gotten better at is giving better content, I feel like. You let me know in the comments. But yeah, I have a pad-filled video. I started dabbling back with the bot trading again. We're going to start rolling that back in, get the indicator updated. We actually do have PineScript v6. I remember talking about that not too long ago about us in v5 and the PineScript and kind of just being really janky and not very good. So I hope this V6 is great. I had a dream that it was amazing. I was able to update my indicators. They were flawless. They were fast. That's the thing. I'm getting, Nexus is a little slow. There's a lot of details there. There's a lot of info. And the thing with PineScript is it can be very slow sometimes. You want it to do something and it just doesn't perform well. It's not a coding error. It's just how the code works and how it compiles on PineScript, aka TradingView side, that really dictates, the difficulty and the issues that we're having with the indicator lagging a tad bit. But nonetheless, those are growth. Those are growing pains that we will have and we will endure. But cheers to you. Have another sip. It's Saturday night. This is a special video. Normally I don't do Saturday night videos, but profits are to be made. Not looking to short anytime soon. We're going to look at the charts here. We're going to see what we can find. We had a great short. My last video had an awesome come down, took some profits, took multiple people in the group took profits. We had a wonderful time. And, we're just going to keep killing it. We're going to keep crushing it day in, day out. So if you're looking to join the group, I'm going to have a big promo coming up soon. Stay tuned for that. I can't get any details out on this video, but it's going to be really big. Gist of it is Lifetime will be going away. So if you've been itching to get in the group and been itching to try Lifetime or just be in the group and take advantage of it, now's your chance. Lifetime will be gone. I'll have special occasions for Lifetime to come, but for the future, it's going to be gone. So take one more sip. That's the thing, though, with trading. You shouldn't be drinking and trading at the same time, but I feel like we're in a safe space right now. We're in a safe space. We're in a good position. I'm not looking to open any other positions anytime soon. And we're just going to ride this to the moon, right? See where we go with it. Anyways, we're going to talk about some news. We're going to get some news out of the way. We're going to look at DXY. DXY's closed for the weekend, of course. We really want to see what the dollar is looking like now. We did have a strong dollar in the last move that kind of gave us the weakness in Bitcoin, as you saw played out. The dollar did have a nice little rally. I haven't looked at the dollar since probably Thursday or so, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what it did on Friday. Then we'll look at S&P. S&P kind of took a tear for a while there. I know we've had a couple down days on Dow. I'll probably take a look at Dow as well and see what we have there. So pack-filled video. I do want to show off my Bubbles V2 a tad bit more. It's almost complete. I've been hammering away at it. Code hasn't worked. Hammering away. Code just does not want to work for me. It doesn't, the code works and then it doesn't look good. The code doesn't work and it looks great. It's a never-ending battle. One that we will hopefully end soon, that I can officially release that new Discord bot update. Again, this is something I do all the time. I do bot updates, Discord bot updates, indicator updates, website updates. I do it all. I always update. I'm always innovating. I'm always making it better. I do have 2 people who are in the group that I need to finish out some Pine script code for them. I have not forgotten about you. I've just been very busy, sadly, unfortunately, but it's on my to-do list this week. I have a bunch of time that I'm going to dedicate this week to trading, everything trading. I did get if you haven't looked at my couple videos recently, I did get out the psychology course video, number 1. I see a few people have already started tackling that. I do appreciate it. You know, much respect to you. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it and creating that content and delivering that to you. It took me a bit of time, and I hope you like it as much as I liked putting it together, right? So let me go ahead and switch over our thing here, and we'll get to it. All right, I just don't want to get all the stuff out of the way. Okay, now it's nice and clean and we're ready to roll, right? I'm going to try to do this one big swoop. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I had 3 sips of champagne and I'm just toasted now. So, you know, that's how it goes for me sometimes. I'm a big guy, but even though I'm a big guy, I'm a very big lightweight. So, all right, we're going to get into crypto first. Bitcoin crosses above 101,000 as XRP AI tokens lead crypto rally following CPI. CPI was pretty good. It actually was decent. We're expected to cut rates. The Fed is expected to come out and cut rates again. So that's good news for Bitcoin, bad news for the dollar, good news for S&P, and good news for Dow. So all around good news in some sense. The Dow didn't quite perceive it as well as S&P and Nas did this week. We had like I said previously in this video, we've had a couple of down days on the Dow. We're going to take a look at the Dow and see if we can find some areas of support, and then, you know, hopefully go back up to the moon. I hate to say that the bull run's still going. The bull run is still going. I don't really see an ending yet. I want to see president switch out. I want to see some things get done, and then kind of dictate within 6 months kind of what our projection is to be. For me personally, I think we have till next fall, and then we'll start cycling into a bear market. Again, I might eat my words for it. We might start sooner, we might start later. But for me, I'm kind of leaning towards next fall. I am doom and gloom a lot of videos as well. But, you know, we keep going up. We keep riding the trend until the trend isn't there anymore. And the trend is here, my friends. Bitcoin. Well, I wasn't going to do it, but I had to stop the video and take a drink. Bitcoin celebrates a champagne moment. What lies ahead? Actually, a really great reading. I suggest everybody takes a look at this one. If you're in the group, you can look at it anytime you want. Since the Fed's easing cycle began, coupled with the outcome of the U.S. election, digital assets have experienced significant developments. So huge, great article. Good to see. You know, let's ride it. Let's ride it to the moon. I'm gonna go a little bit closer to our time frame. I've been slacking on the news just a tad bit. MicroStrategy to enter Nasdaq 100. That's great for MicroStrategy. Really hit big with investing in Bitcoin. Have done really well since. You know, there was moments where a lot of people are like, what the heck are they doing? Why are they buying it here? They could have bought it when it was at 18,000, 12,000, and here they are buying it at 50,000 or 40,000, whatever, wherever they keep buying it. It's just outrageous to think that, but you know, Bitcoin just keeps rising more and more and more. So, hey, you know, good for them. Good for them. I wasn't buying it at 50,000. Well, other than my long, I guess I was, but spot buys was a little bit lower than that. But in the past, I've always done spot buys less than 50,000. The last run, I didn't buy any spot buys at 50,000 when we got to 65. So I might do it a little bit better, but I'm also not managing billions and billions of dollars. So I'll be all right with my champagne over here. I'm just going to take another little sip before. Give the people what they want, right? But let's go ahead and look at the stocks now. Take a look. There was the PPI and CPI report that came out. So I'm expecting, well, these came out today, so we would have to go back a little bit. The bubble in U.S. inflation is likely to burst soon. Here's why. Inflation in the U.S. has bubbled up in the past few months in a worrisome sign, but the bubble could pop by next spring. Interesting. That is very interesting. And I think that's partially why the Fed is going to cut rates again. I think they're starting to sense there's inflation's kind of picking back up, which can be worrisome, right? South Korea President Yoon impeached. Finance Ministry calls emergency meeting. Interesting. Magnificent Seven stocks hit another milestone. Here's why they could continue to dominate in 2025. Yeah, Tesla's on a tear. My last video, I said we're definitely going to get to all-time highs. It's looking beautiful. Had a few members in the group who crushed it, took little profits off their Tesla trade, sold some Tesla. Sebastian, good job. Keep up the work. You've been with us for a long time. I appreciate your dedication to the charts. You've been in it. You've been in the trenches since day one, since we opened, and I appreciate you. So a big shout out to you, buddy. Here's your moment. Cheers to you, buddy. Take a sip for me. And keep crushing it, right? Let's see, what else we got here? Might be all we got. We might have to get to the charts now. I feel like it zoomed back up on us. Yeah, it went back up on us. Discord, sometimes it gets a little buggy. I don't want to say his name because I'm going to get freaking striked. So, putting this up, this is great to see. Wonderful to see. I think that's pretty much it. Roth conversions may suddenly seem like a bad idea. It's about it. Not too much fun today. Newsworthy. Not many newsworthy items for us today. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop in real quick. I remember we had a pullback I had spoke about on Bitcoin. We went a bit further than that. I unfortunately don't know if I saved it though. Maybe it was probably on this one if I did. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So we did get our pullback right here. Went a little bit lower. Had a nice wick right here too. That was beautiful wick. Came back down, tested it again. Now, in a couple of my past videos, I always spoke about when we wick out aggressively like this, that there is an 80% chance that we'll come back and test that area. So that's some food for thought. There was a good example of this. This was a while ago, but we had an example. I want to say it was here. I think it was a larger wick than that, but we didn't get the wick out here. It might have been further back than that. I know in one of my previous videos I spoke highly of it. 80%. Oh, right here. Perfect. Look at this. Check this out. So 80% chance that this happens. So we had this massive wick out right here. Huge liquidation levels coming in here. Came right back up, bounced heavily, came right back up, and then we slowly came back down to test this area and then rallied again. So remember, when you see these large wicks on the higher time frames, they're always something to take in consideration that we will possibly go down and test again. This one we didn't quite test. We pretty much broke out of the highs and then came back down, but I wouldn't really per se we tested that. We more ranged that one, but there's only a couple instances that happens. It doesn't happen often. This case we did. It just took a while after we broke the highs. Here's a good example. We wicked up, came back over here, wicked up again. So it does happen quite a bit, I've noticed. And it happens more going with the trend. So since the trend is going up, when we wick down, there's a possibility it will go down, test that area, and then we take off for the races again. Now we're getting kind of further away. We're going back into the bear market. I notice this more when there's a lot of volatility and there's a lot of interest in the asset during a bull run. More so, or a heavy bear run. So we had this wick down here, massive wick down here, and then we kind of worked our way back down over here. Swung fill that pretty well and then came back up. But I've noticed that quite a bit with Bitcoin, especially. That happens. I don't really see it as much in stocks. I mostly see it in crypto. especially in a lot of the shit coins that can be traded as well. It happens quite a bit to the upside. A lot of them are more to the upside. We come up, we test it again, and then we pretty much bomb and fall down to zero for the shit coins that we have. So I did just want to point that out. I kind of wish I had made a video earlier in the week kind of explaining that. I'm kind of looking for that. Unfortunately, you know, I did not. But if you're in the group, you know that. You know it all. It's all there for you every day, everything. So I had made the video, Sunday night. We were up in this area, kind of just hanging out, and then we just kind of pulled all the way back down here, got some bullish divergence on the lower time frames, and then took off. Did get the swing fail. Well, kind of swing fail. Not really a swing fail. That one's kind of sloppy. That would have been a tough trade to take, outside of knowing that this was kind of the area that we were gonna, you know, go down, pull back to, and kind of sit. We did have the order block sitting right here. So this kind of was a nice little order block. You can see right here, that was my guess to this area right here was the order block we saw right here. And we did test this. We had that massive liquidation, that massive wick down, which kind of defeated the purpose of us only sitting here in this range and consolidating. We sat, you know, we wicked down, sat, consolidated, and then wicked back down, kind of not as aggressively, slowly trended back down, and then came back up. So the price movement for a bullish standpoint is still pretty nice. It's still pretty good. We are in a 2-hour order block right now, so we're having somewhat of a pullback right now. This is my indicator. It tells you all the different order blocks. I do want to update it a tad bit more. I'm going to add some volume signature to it, and gives you know, it does give a little bit of the volume right here, but I kind of want to make it more protrude. Maybe when you scroll over this and highlight that, it shows you a little bit more details about it. So, you know, I'm always improving these indicators. I'm always improving this. So anyways, let's go ahead and get in the DXY first. We didn't quite get the lows that I was looking for. Kind of front ran it there, and then front ran it here. Almost got it though, but we did have a bullish posture on the dollar for a while there, while Bitcoin made a pullback. We kind of still have a bullish posture on the dollar right now. We're slowly trending back up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly and see if we see anything bearish with it. Oh, weekly's looking pretty darn nice. I don't really see anything bad. It's starting to turn over just a tad bit, but I'm not too concerned about it yet. Daily, see, the daily's looking beautiful. Daily's looking awesome. I mean, it looks like a continuation of last time. 12 hours starting to turn up. We're getting some bearish divergence. This last bearish divergence, three drives of bearish divergence. This last one hasn't confirmed yet. We do have a swing fail pattern of juxtapose on the 10-hour. So I would be a little concerned on the lower time frames, at least a pullback, possibly go back into this range right here. Let's see where the weekly P is sitting for us. We've already tested the weekly P this week. This will reset tomorrow night. Tomorrow night Eastern time, this will reset 106.304. I don't think we'll touch it again, but I kind of want to see us work back over into this range right here, the 106, this old order block right here we've already tested. Kind of just see how this area goes. Just to reset those mid time frames. I don't really see us like nuking or bombing on the dollar. It's looking pretty sharp. It's looking pretty good on the higher time frames. There's not much weakness yet to go on the higher time frames. The 2-hour looked okay. 4 hours starting to turn over a little bit. So these mid-range time frames need to cool off just a tad bit. So I'm looking a little bit bearish for the moment on the dollar, which will help Bitcoin. We could possibly get a little higher on Bitcoin. It is the weekend. Volume's going to be a little less. We could gap back into the CME gap later tomorrow. So this would be a good time to just kind of move up, you know, get away from the CME gap. And then when CME opens, go back into that gap. So, but overall, you know, on the higher time frames, I'm looking pretty bullish on the dollar. The dollar's still looking pretty darn nice. I wouldn't mind seeing us get up here. Once we cool off a little bit in this area, come back up here, test this, see how that goes. But overall, the dollar's looking pretty darn nice. But right now, for the moment, you know, we're going to have a nice little pullback. While we're having this pullback, it's really going to give Bitcoin some time to grow and give some growth to it. Let's check out S&P real quick. I'm not going to be on this too long. We're still making highs here. Weekly's still looking pretty beautiful. I really can't beat that. We do have bearish divergence that will confirm on Sunday night trading, possibly. So that could give us a pullback back to this area right here. I'm still waiting for this area right here. I spoke about it in my last video. We almost touched it, didn't quite get it. So I don't know why we still can't get it. It still could work its way down here. It's working its way very slowly, and my copying drawing's not working out so well. Yeah, so this is me. I'm not an artist. Good enough. You know what I'm thinking. But the dollar, or the daily on S&P definitely needs to come down a tad bit. I'm not really a big fan of it. We have some volatility coming in here, the signature volatility coming in, so we could definitely get this move down here, swing fill this low right here, and then hopefully get some consolidation in this area before we start heading back up. But with the daily looking like it is, I think we're due for somewhat of a pullback. 10 hours starting to look pretty bad. 8 hours in the neutral zone right now. These are kind of flatlining for us, and we don't like to see that flatline when we're trying to break highs. So for me, I'm looking a little bearish on S&P. Again, I think back down into this zone, possibly like, you know, see what we get around this area and then move our way back down to this zone. You know, I love using the 2 hour. The 2 hour is my go-to. That's my bread and butter. I'm always using the 2 hour. So bullish, or well, bearish on a higher time frame for the dollar right now. I think from the mid time frame, I'm a bit bearish. We need to come down on that. We need to come down on S&P. The bigger outlook of the dollar is I'm still pretty bullish on the dollar overall after this minor resets. S&P, I'm not super bullish on the higher time frames. The only thing is we are at all-time highs. We're near all-time highs. So we're in price discovery now. We're kind of just working our way around. So for me, a pullback is due, and then, you know, consolidation, reset the higher time frames before we start moving back up more on S&P. I don't see us completely nuking yet. I don't see reason for that. I did want to look at the Dow, because the Dow has been struggling for a few days, and wow, that is not good to see. That is not good at all. That's not what you want to see. We actually did not swing fill this. We double topped this, which is a weird place to double top, I must say. Let's check out the weekly here. Weekly had bearish divergence, took a little time to play out. It took, what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks to play out? So those higher time frames do take a tad bit of time to play out. We are playing that out right now. Daily had bearish divergence as well. My gosh, juxtapose kills it, tells you when it's bearish, and it goes down. Crazy to see. I love to see it. Yeah, we had bearish divergence here in the 12 hour. We went down. I don't really see anything super bullish with the Dow. The Dow's looking pretty darn terrible. Unfortunately, is looking really sloppy compared to S&P. S&P still got some strength. The Dow just looks complete doo-doo. Looks like doo-doo. So I'm leaning towards the Dow continuing down. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing us get back down in this area, although the 2 hour is starting to bottom out. I do like seeing the 2 hour bottom out, but you know, if we could work our way back down to this order block right here, kind of swing fill this right here, and then off to the races again, possibly take another test of the high. Hold on just a second and get another drink of champagne. Cheers. I hope you're drinking with me as well. Anyways, stuff's good. Too good. I'm a lightweight at heart, and I'm still a lightweight even on this video, and it's hitting good. I hope you're enjoying this video. I hope I'm bringing a lot of content to you. Definitely killing it. We're crushing it. We're crushing the markets, right? All right, let's go ahead and look. We're going to switch it up. I want to look at Tesla first. I know I'm going to tease you to look at Bitcoin after I've looked at everything else, and you're not allowed, you're drinking with me, so you're not allowed to move forward. You got to stay with the video with me. So when I drink, you drink, right? We're drinking at the same time, and you can't fast forward to the Bitcoin technical analysis just yet. Now, here's the thing with Tesla, all right? Here's the thing. We are on a weekly time frame basis, and we have a bearish divergence, a Jux bearish divergence forming right now. Now remember, Jux X is these X's are bearish divergence of juxtaposed signals of bearish divergence, which if you can see, they play out pretty darn nice. Here's the last weekly bearish divergence right here. Here's the other weekly bearish divergence here. We did have a pullback. I mean, it wasn't we didn't go to zero, but it's definitely something to note. These are always something to note. They take a little time to play out, but they play out well. So these are a bit stronger than the bears that you see, the bear signals that you see, or the bull signals that you see on these charts. These are actually bull, like RSI. It's a mixture of volatility and RSI mixed into a divergence. And those are what those are. So these are more geared towards the actual indicator that we are using here, right? So here's the thing with Tesla. We're at a weekly time frame. We have a bearish divergence, a jux bearish divergence. We swung fail the absolute high of this. So now what do we do? Well, this is my favorite type of trade to take right here. This is my bread and butter trade. I've taken it with Bitcoin multiple times, my bread and butter. I kind of front run it a bit more. I've been doing it for a while, you know, but sometimes you start seeing some weakness in this and you start getting back into this zone right here. And once we get back into the zone and we start consolidating right here, we call that a confirmed swing fail pattern. So now what does that mean? For the ones who are new to the channel, what that means is when we have a confirmed swing fail pattern over here in this area, most typically we'll push price down further down because you get all those longs that trapped up over here, all the longs that longed up here, got trapped up in here, price comes down here and starts squeezing them out. Longs start closing out, shorts start opening up. It's liquidation to the opposite way, right? I trade against the opposite team. So to make it more simple, everybody's longing, hoping for another breakout, and then they're being forced out of their trade because price is falling and they're losing money. I know there's a few videos earlier in my days of doing YouTube videos where I discussed this fully in a fun manner. So you could look through those. I want to say it was during the summer, possibly June or July timeframe, and I did like a really funny video on those. As funny as trading can be, right? So I am a little concerned with Tesla on the weekly. The daily's looking pretty bad as well. So, you know, taking profits on this isn't a bad move. 12 hours looking really bad. I mean, these are really starting to sign up. They're really starting to line up. Sorry, I had a cough. But these timeframes are really starting to line up to a bearish posture for us. So, I mean, all of them are playing the same way. They're almost all looking identical, which in most cases, you know, time will tell, future will tell. In most cases, we do have a massive pullback, you know, a lot of profit taking, a lot of people getting squeezed out of their positions, but this is looking pretty rough. Now, you're probably asking me where I would look. You know, this is looking really rough. Where would I look for us to finally get some solid support? Well, we don't really have much support. We do have support right here in this area, an old resistance block right here. So I would say the first real area of support is this weekly value area high, and then possibly this 2-hour order block that we had, and then big time down here, right? That's a big time move right there. So right now I'm leaning a bit bearish on Tesla. You know, it's an awesome stock. It does need to come back. It needs to cool off a little bit. So now the moment everybody's been waiting for, Bitcoin. Let's check out Bitcoin. Now, my last video, I spoke about already in this video, but my last video I spoke about us going down. We went down. Phenomenal trade. Made really good profits. I hope you did as well. I hope you watched the channel, got into a good position and rode it down. Very volatile position though. I mean, we wicked up here, got in over here, wicked up over here, and then came back down. It was a tough trade, right? So here's the thing I'm thinking with Bitcoin for me right now. We are on this weekly order block. I did, if you mentioned in my last video, I'm still leaning towards this consolidation area. We're gonna go ahead and move this out a little bit more. If I can, I might have to do this off screen because it's not working properly. I want to edit that, but it won't let me edit that. So you know what? Normally I could just edit with this. Maybe I could do it with the arrow. Might be because I have so much other stuff on the screen. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's my indicator. Anyway, let's see. Let's go down to the 4 hour here and move in just a tad bit. I was a little zoomed out more than I should have been. So the buy box is about the same color as the ones on my indicator. So we're still looking at this right here. It's still not. There we go. There we go. Magic. Magic. So I'm just going to move these out just a tad bit more. There was one more up this way right here. I'm going to move that out here. So I'm still thinking we're going to play this range here. So we're getting pretty close to possibly another swing fail pattern. We can get just a little bit higher up here. But ideally, I kind of want to see us get over here. I really want to see some growth in this area. I just really like this spot. 110 just seems logical for me. It does come on the R2 area on the weekly. You know, I really like that. It just looks like a really wholesome number to get to. But again, you know, my bet is we come back over here and then kind of work our way back down. We're still on this GAN fan that I've created a long time ago. We're still sitting on that. We did kind of swing fail out of it, came back into it. So it's still viable. It's still a viable one. We're using it as support right now. So good to see it. Good to see it being used. But I kind of want to see us get up here before I start really looking to take a short of any short. I'm not in any rush to take a short yet. But I can tell you one thing though. You check this out. The weekly time frame has confirmed a bearish divergence. Now, the last time Bitcoin had a bearish divergence on the weekly was over here. Oh my. And it took us, let's see. Took us 4 bars, which is 28 days. I know I spoke about this in my last video. It took us about 28 days to get over to come off of that, you know, that bullish or that bearish divergence. And then we had a 44% drop. Now, you know, that was at 60,000, give or take. So the 44% drop will probably be a little less now that we're, you know, in the 100,000 area zone. But for me, I just took another sip. Make sure, you know, if you're drinking with me. Time to take another sip. Ideally, if we were to say, you know, 28 days from today, or 4 bars from today, or well, from the confirmed one, which would be that would be 4 bars. So this would put us at the end of December. Interesting. Let's go ahead and put, I kind of just want to put a vertical line on that. Let's see, right there. And then we're going to say, you know, we're going to just get the tippity top of the price for now. And say we just come down. It seems like that's so close. Like 90,000 seems so close for me. So if we were to do 40%, you know, that would be insane. That would put us back into our little range we were working at practically this whole year. So for me, I kind of, you know, I'm thinking maybe the monthly very high. I don't know. It would still be there by the end of this month. So we would still have that there as a possibility. That would put us at the high of our previous range. I kind of like that. I kind of like that area. That's a nice spot. That's a nice spot for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put... we're going to highlight this area. Let's highlight this area right here. And we're just going to say, you know, possible area. Like this is a huge support area right here for us. Huge. Huge area of support for us, right? So we'll go ahead and put that there, and we'll just see, you know, we'll see how that goes for us. We'll see what we get from that. I'm gonna go ahead and We're gonna set it like right about there, so it gives us a little time. But you know, I can't imagine us dropping that quick within that many weeks. But I have seen crazier things. You know, we had some moves. We had this crazy move right here. Not nearly as big, but let's see, that was almost 20% in a week. So it's possible, right? I mean, anything's possible in trading. So if we came back down 20% would be here. So we'd say we got front ran by our huge support area, right? So support huge. We're gonna put that right here, and we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see if we're magic or not, right? We're just gonna analyze the charts and see what it brings to us. But for me, you know, these other time frames are kind of just flattening out on me. The day's flattening out on for me right now. It's neutral. 12-hour had a top out signal. We've kind of already played out. It had a minor pullback. Wasn't much. Kind of weak. Again, the trend is your friend. 12-hour needs, you know, there needs to be a lot more bearish things going on for the 12-hour to really turn over for us. Kind of like the Dow Jones is really turning over us, but there's multiple indications of it being bearish. The 10-hour does have a bearish divergence. We are working into that order block right now. I would like to say I'm a bit bearish, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite bearish yet on Bitcoin. So, you know, I think the thumbnail for today is going to have to be a tad bit bullish. I really want to get back up into this area before we start seeing a pullback, but it's tough. This is tough. This is a tough trade right here. 2 hours looking pretty darn nice. 4 hours looking okay. 6 hours looking pretty darn good. I mean, 8 hours looking okay. I don't really see anything that's like huge bearish for me to like turn and be like, oh yeah, this is going to zero. I don't really see that yet. However, I'm itching to see us get into this zone right here, up here. Once we start getting up here and we start getting some more bearish items going on, I think that would really help us. So I don't really have anything else. Let's check out High Block real quick. See what High Block's doing for us. I did pop it up before the video. Let's see here. It's pretty neutral. I mean, we have a bit more longs than we do shorts, but it's not anything that I'm screaming about yet. Back when we had very little price action, that long liquidation at 260 would be an instant short. You know, 250 or higher was an instant short. You would always have some good follow through in that direction, but I'm not seeing it yet. I would like to kind of see some more volatility on the higher time frames. We're not quite seeing that. XO is looking pretty darn nice. I don't really, you know, open interest is going up, price is going up. I don't really see anything that's telling me that, you know, it's screaming at me that I need to sell. Let's move this out just a tad bit more. Let's do BTC, and we're gonna do 6 hour, and we're gonna set it to 90. I just took another drink. Hope you did as well. Just waiting for this to load. Well, this only takes forever when I'm on video, right? It'd be even funnier if it failed. So let's see, open interest. I can't tell too much other than logging on the site. I'm using Firefox right now, so I'm not logged in on XO. But for me, I mean, it's looking pretty healthy. I don't really, I can't be bearish. I just can't be bearish yet. I really want to see us get up here. That's where I'm shooting for. And we do have a bit of time before this right here. So, you know, we might get on a live video, you know, first day of the New Year's, and we're crashing. Bitcoin is crashing. Who knows? It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy for us to have predicted that, right? For us to say on stream here that we predicted that, and we had that. We made that happen, right? So, but this is, you know, this is what I see with the charts. This is how I'm looking at them. This is, you got to make plans. You got to have a plan. You got to come in and you have to have a plan before you press the button to buy or sell, right? And these are the plans that I create. These are the plans that I have every video, and they pan out most of the time, right? Can't be too cocky, but most of the time they pan out and you win. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope, you know, you found some use out of it, and I hope to see you in the group. Till next time, peace out. One more drink for the road. Peace.
Every night, I am the one you calling, and I blowing my phone to make you fly. I am the one you calling, and I you like to play, I like to sky. I am the one you calling, and I blowing my phone to make you fly. I am the one you calling, and I all night, every night. You like the drama, but baby boy, I call it karma. Messing with my head all night, all day, but boy, I ain't your mama. I won't do the things you want, things that you like, things that you asking for. I'ma take over control, go off the line, I'll make you mine. I am the one you calling, and I blowing my phone to make you feel right. I am the one you calling. Stay till dawn. Take your time. Take your time. Tell me, baby, baby, don't you? baby, baby, don't you, honey? Think you belong with